but you can use 2-pound weights, 1-pound weights, or no weights at all. So the very first move that I'm going to show you, you want to put the playground ball at the small of your lower back, and you're going to go ahead and lay back on the ball so that it's secure. Slightly bend your knees. You're going to bring your weights into both hands and bring them in front of your chest and engage your upper body muscles. And this move is really simple. You're just going to go back, down for 1, and up for 1. And you'll do this for a count of 8. So down, up, making sure to tuck your tail and pull your navel to your spine so that you're really protecting your lower back. And that will help prevent injuries. That's the first move. The second move, you can reset, re-engage your upper body, squeezing your weights together, retuck your tail, and pull your navel to your spine. And what we're going to do is we're going to row to the right, reset center, row to the left, reset center. And you can do this for a count of 8. And each time you row to the right and to the left, you're going to slightly lower your lower body onto that ball. And again, you do that for a count of 8. Those are the first 2 moves. For this next move, I'm going to have you put the playground ball in between your knees and squeeze to engage your lower back or engage your inner thighs. Go ahead and lie back on your forearms and bring your legs into what we call a tabletop position. And then you want to make sure you're always tucking your tail and pulling your navel to your spine. This looks like it's really easy. It's actually quite challenging, so I want you to really focus on pulling your belly in the entire time in order to protect your lower back. So all we're going to do is lower both feet down for a count of 1 and up for a count of 1. Down and up. Down and up. The entire time you want to focus on really squeezing the ball with your knees, which again helps to engage your inner thighs, but it really also helps to engage your entire abdominal wall. Make sure you're nice and secure on your forearms, tucking your tail, pull the navel to the spine, and you're just going to do this for a count of 8. The next move is actually a move that's very similar, but you're going to keep the ball in between your knees and then extend your legs so that your toes are pointing to the ceiling. Again, re-squeeze that ball, engaging your inner thighs. You can see this is not easy, but it does work. So stay back on your forearms, and it's going to be very similar to the last move. So it's very simple, down and up. So you can inhale, exhale on the up. And again, you're going to do this for a count of 8. Once again, always engage your abdominal wall and engage your entire core, so you're tucking your tail and pulling your navel to your spine. The straighter that you can keep the legs, the more challenging this is going to be, and you'll really help to target your lower abdominal muscles. So those are your next 2. Next move, you're going to again put the ball in between your knees, and you're going to squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your knees so that you're engaging your inner thighs. And this is a move that I actually like to call the hug. So what you're going to do is you're going to extend your upper body so that you're in a full stretch and you're stretching your legs. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in and literally hug your legs. So you're going to do a count of 8 for these again. And I'm doing them slowly right now so that you can really see. You want a full body stretch, and then you come up and hug. And again, you do 8 of these. As always, you're going to focus on tucking your tail and pulling your navel to your spine so that you're protecting your lower back. And this really works your entire abdominal wall, which is really great. That's what we're going after. So the next move, you're going to pull the ball from in between your knees, and you're going to put it in between your hands. You're going to squeeze it, and this is what I call the transfer. So this move is actually sort of similar to the last move. So what you want to do is stretch out, and then put the ball literally between your feet. Stretch back out, come back up, pull the ball over your head again, back up. Really focus on engaging your core muscles. When you come up, you don't want to rely on momentum. You want to actually really Do it slowly and engage all your muscles. In fact, the more slowly that you do this move, the more difficult, the more challenging it is. And you do that for a count of 8. Make sure you extend your legs so that they're completely straight. Whew. And what you're going to do is sit down, and again, you're going to engage your upper body by holding the playground ball in between your hands and really squeeze so that you're really using your arm muscles and your chest muscles, which also helps for you to engage your entire abdominal wall. So you're going to bring your legs into the tabletop position again, tuck your tail, pull your navel to your spine in order to protect your lower back. So you're going to point your toes, and I'm going to show you a pulsing motion where you move to your right for 2 counts and then move to your left for 2 counts. And it looks like this. Pulse, 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 pulse. And you bring your elbow to your knee each time. It's really easy to forget about your upper body while you're doing this, so make sure you're really careful to squeeze the ball, pull your shoulders away from your ears, and again, make sure you're tucking your tail and pulling your navel to your spine. You can do this for a count of 8. Then you're going to reset, bring your legs back into tabletop position, squeeze the ball, tuck your tail, navel to your spine, flex your feet for this next move. What you're going to do is very similar to the last move, but it's different because when you flex your feet, you're actually activating different muscles in your abdominal wall. So go ahead, squeeze your ball, and you're going to move for a count to 1 of 1 to each side, and it looks like this. Again, focus on bringing your elbows to your knees and make sure you're really activating your entire core in order to protect your lower back and to get the most out of this move. And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the point to the count of 8. And that was our next 2 moves. So again, you need your playground ball, and you're going to, again, sit down, and you're going to bring the ball in between your hands for these next 2 moves and really engage your upper body, squeeze the ball, make sure, as always, you're tucking your tail, pulling your navel to your spine in order to protect your lower back. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out in a V-like position where you're actually using your entire abdominal muscle and actually flexing your quadriceps to straighten your legs, and you're going to point your toes, but you're also going to flex your toes at the same time. So it's not quite a full point, it's more of what we call a foint, which is actually a point and a flex at the same time. So again, you're going to lower your shoulders away from your ears, and that's going to help to protect your upper back. Tuck your tail, pull your navel to your spine. And we're going to begin doing this crisscross motion, just like this. And you're going to lower your feet to the ground while you lower your upper body, and then you're going to crisscross all the way back up, just like this. And it seems a little bit complicated, but it's actually really simple once you get the hang of it. And you can do this for a count of 8, moving in a downward motion 8 times and an upward motion 8 times. And so why do we crisscross our feet? You crisscross your feet because you're actually activating your cross-vector muscles and your abdominal wall, and those are actually the muscles near your obliques that actually help to pull everything in, to help give you that long, lean, sexy look. So that's actually the 9th move in our series. The next move is actually a move where you're going to be in a similar inverted V or a V-like position, holding the ball, squeezing the ball, engaging your upper body, and you're going to you're going to flex your feet to start, and you're going to lower your right leg where you lower your upper body, and then you're going to bring your right leg back up to meet your left foot, So it's lower and raise. Lower, raise. And this is quite challenging. And so what you're going to want to do is really make sure that you're engaging your whole core to help support your lower back. And then you can actually switch. So you do 8 counts on your right side. Now you'll switch and do 8 counts on your left side. I'll show you a modification. You can actually come to your forearms to support your back, support your upper body. Begin with your feet flexed and feet to the ceiling, and you can actually do it from this point, which is a lot less challenging but still very challenging. So again, 8 counts on the right side, 8 counts on the left side. And that's it. Thank you very much for tuning into Happiness Series and for learning all about this sequence of abdominal moves that you can do at home. to help sculpt your very own long, lean, sexy